So I had shared in a video how I don't like to make people feel awkward, and I try to read the room or read people
Go on.
and find a balance where I'm not offending them. Someone wrote in that they had a very similar reaction. She said, "I usually gauge where someone is at with me and attempt to go from there. Some people are hard to read, though. I worry too much that I've offended people at times. Finding that safe balance for me can be a challenge. How do you do that?"
I'm Reid Mahalko from ReidAboutSex.com.
I'm Cathy Bertoli from theintimacydojo.com.
And the answer is... I don't know. What do you think the answer is?
I know
Did I
you're
make you feel
in.
uncomfortable? I'm sorry. This is awkward.
I know your answer is likely to be
What?
to be self-expressed and let people take care of themselves.
Oh my God, that's challenging.
Yeah.
That makes me feel really even more awkward. Nervous. Oh my goodness. We're all human! My answer is, when in doubt, ask people what's going on for them politely and with some personal space. Don't get in their face and be like, "Are you okay?" But what you can't say is like, "Hey, I'm not really good at reading people, and I'll get nervous and get in my head trying to figure out what's going on. May I just ask you how you're doing?"
Yeah.
And that way, what you've done in a really savvy way is you admit what's going on for you, which will often, if you've seen the video on hamsters, like hamster wheels, like I get in my head, admitting what's going on for you and sharing that with the person or people involved will often quiet down those squeaky hamster wheels in your head. The other thing is you admit a vulnerability, okay? And remember, folks, unless you're working in like some, I'm gonna pick on Wall Street people for a second, but like, this isn't fifth grade anymore.
Yeah.
If you're in fifth grade and you're watching this, good for you.
Good job.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
You're gonna be awesome in life. But like, unless you work in like a really dick industry and people are using vulnerabilities against you,
Yeah.
you sharing social situations of like, hey, I'm not good at reading people, and I get in my head if I'm trying to read minds and guess, may I just ask you what's going on? What you did is you say what's going on for you, you admit you're not good at this, which sets up the context as to why you're asking how they're doing. And you're encouraging and role modeling for them that they can do the same thing. And most of us are trapped in that 6th and 7th grade hell.
Yeah.
So this is a way to break out. It may be unconventional and it might not be your style. So you might have to massage how you say it and what you're saying. But the communication tool's the same.
Yeah.
I'm building connection with somebody by acknowledging how awkward social situations can be for me and then asking for more information.
I tend to be a little less direct than Reid, but I found that just asking people if I can check in, I will get really in my head and be convinced that they're really unhappy about something I said. And if I find if I just gently ask, "Hey, I didn't mean to offend you by something I said. I just would like to check in. I really, and I let them know I care. Like, I care about you being comfortable with me. Did I upset you when I said XYZ?" And most of the time, like, they're like, "What? No. I was thinking about my son or my dog or whatever." But the fact that I shared with them that I was concerned and I cared about them really opened up the connection. They now know that I care about how they feel.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, I'm in my head. Can I check in? I'm afraid that I offended you and I care about you. I just need to check in. Like, most people are like, of course we get it, because we all do this. So you're not alone. And the people who aren't going to admit that they get in their heads too, they're liars.
Yeah.
Liars.
Plus, when you do this, it role models for them. They get to check in with you if they're worried they offended you. And it just makes the communication really clean and easy. So I encourage you to let people know that you care and you'd like to check in and see if you've offended them.
Now we need to check in with you. Tell us how we're doing. Have we offended you in this video? Leave comments below.
Yeah. And trying to read the room, I've tried it for years. It doesn't work really well. You can be present with people, But just check in and ask, use your words, and that's the best way to move forward. Thanks
Good
for
luck.
asking.
Good luck, young Jedi. You fifth grader. You rock. Show this to your parents.